soldiers argue discrimination, Hershey Company donates to support food science, and Illinois students make act to stop human trafficking. Good morning, this is Jenna Zimmerman with your WJAZ Morning Newscast. Jazzing up your morning commute with the latest news, sports, and weather brought to you by Windstone Painters. Our top story brings us to Britain, where a court has rejected a bid by retired Gurkha soldiers to win the right to the same pensions as military personnel from Britain. The Gurkha veterans argued that they were discriminated against on grounds of nationality and age. They said they were left with only 1/3 of the income of UK-based soldiers. Gurkha has been a part of British military since the 1800s, and thousands still serve in the British Army. Australia is underwater when officials say the death toll from a violent flash flood has risen to 12. Queensland State Primer said 2 more bodies were found in the Lockyer Valley on Wednesday. A giant wall of water prompted by a sudden storm roared through the valley on Monday, and 67 people are still missing. Back in the U.S., streams are made when the Hershey Company is making a large investment in those studying food science. The company announced today that they were donating $1.5 million to the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. The goal is to increase the amount to over $3 million in the next 10 years. The donation will help support students passing degrees in food science like nutritionists, technologists, and more. Moving to the sky, Southwest Airlines is considering a plan to furlough as many as 1,200 employees at Baltimore-Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport this spring. A new work adjustment and restraining notifications has been filed by the airline that shows Southwest plans to furlough workers as soon as March 15, 2021. The airline says it continues to look for ways to offset losses due to COVID-19. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, Eastern Illinois University students are premiering an app for a game to help fight human trafficking. Spike Shot raises money selling ads that then goes to a nonprofit, Anything is Possible. Lead professor on the project, Evan Kubek, says that more people play, the more money is raised. The nonprofit works in the U.S. and abroad to interrupt the practice and find victims and traffickers. The app will collect funds until March 1st. Tragedy has struck when authorities are investigating after a man was shot during an attempted carjacking on Chicago's South Side. Police say the man was at a gas station yesterday in the 7800th block of South Hardin Avenue when someone walked up to his car and got in the passenger side of the vehicle. The two began fighting inside the vehicle, and then the carjacker then shot the victim before running off. We will be back with new Olympic sports and the Chicago Bulls when we return after this important message from our sponsor. Your home is the biggest investment. Windstone Painters understands how important it is to hire a professional company that provides relatable service and expert craftsmanship. Windstone Painters delivers a unique combination of high-quality work and customer service that other companies can only talk about. Call Windstone Painters in Elmington for all of your interior painting needs at 847-625-6060 or online at windstonepainters.com. Windstone Painters, quality that lasts. And now we are back with your WJAZ Sports Report. Starting us off today, breakdancing is being added to the Olympics. The 2024 Paris Olympics Executive Board released a new flexible reform as part of the Olympics Agenda 2020, adding breaking, skateboarding, sports climbing, and surfing as additional sports in the 2024 Games. Breaking will be made into its Olympic debut in 2024. Our next sports story brings us to the NBA, where the Bulls faced Cleveland and won by 8 with a score of 112 to 104. Minnesota also had a great game when they faced the LA Clippers. They finally won with a score of 115 to 96. Finally, Miami faced Milwaukee and also did great and won with a score of 97 to 93. And now, welcome to your WJAZ weather forecast. To start us off today, it will be sunny and cold, with temperatures in the high teens. Temperatures will then drop to 0 as we move into the night, and tomorrow morning, clouds will start to move in and temps will rise back to around 20. The rest of the week will be partially cloudy, with temps ranging from the low 20s to the high 30s. There will also be a possibility of rain on Tuesday and moving through Wednesday. This has been Jenna Zimmerman with your WJAZ Morning Newscast, brought to you by Winston Painter. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.